Let's look in the history here. So it would have been last Sunday, wouldn't it? Surprised how much browsing you do on the internet. I mean, I've gone pages and pages of it back to Monday, now Sunday. Here we go. Oh. Live stream. Electronic components. Strange. Bit. Oh, give up looking through that. I've got it here somewhere. Ah, that's the AN-1, AN-LP, AN-1. I'll have to go for Richard's link and get it off of Electrotanya, aren't I thought I had downloaded it, but there you go. Right, Ben and Sandra. I can't be asked to log in. By the time you log into Electrotanya, then you go back and you go to the search and then you push all the buttons off. You know, might as well just download it as a free of charge daily one. It says first edition. Don't know what that means. Thanks for posting that in there, Rich. Creating a power supply tool. Creating a power supply tool. Not sure what it means there. This is a different aerial. Rich, this is not the Sony AN-1. This is like a caravan aerial. Where's my screen cap? Yeah, it's AN-01. This is AN-1. God knows what that means. Let's just say no. Okay, no, it doesn't appear to be there. It might be, but we're gonna have to download it from somewhere else, I think. AN-LP1, AN-1 instruction manual. Internet Archive. Right, how do we download it from here? Downloadable files, get PDF. See, make sure that's the right one first. Yeah, that's the one. It's not a very good manual. I had a better one than that last time I was on here. I'm not sure what's gone wrong with that. Try that one. Right, let's have a look. Have I had to answer a call to nature? Hi, Sandra. Sandra Ben. I'm not sure what's happening because I've been live for ages now. I was streaming, yeah, definitely. It was showing us streaming for sure. I don't know what's going on, but seems to be good. Hi, Derek Cooper. Dids, no finger, got the purple panther going in me. Is the AN-1 potted? Yes, it is, Gavin. I suppose if you're watching on TV, it's different, isn't it? Maybe if you just get the chat up on a mobile device, you might find that it's working better. Crafty M, very nice. Only just live now? I don't know why. I've been live for ages. That's strange, isn't it? I don't know what's going on there then. Just go back to my my live screen. Yeah, it's definitely live. Okay. So hopefully we've now got the antenna manual. Everyone can see it. By downloads being scanned, get off the page. Yeah, definitely had a better copy than this last week, but you know, there we are. Yeah, you can just about sort of see it. But this is the bit that we're interested in. So the part that was burnt out was this here. L13 82 microhenry. That one's totally burnt. I decided that while I was at it, I would also replace L12. So I've got some 82 microhenries and some 10 microhenries. We did say we want to get these caps done as well. So we've got C13 to change because, I mean, it's a 50 volt cap, but you know, we seem to think maybe either the wrong voltage has been used or it's had the voltage up it the wrong way, one or the other. And there's also two here, two 10 at 16s. I haven't got any 10 at 16s, damn. I meant to order some, forgot all about it. Oh dear. Wow. We'll have to see what I've got for that. I've got some axials here. I probably have got some 10 at 16s knocking about. We're just going to have to go hunting deep for those. I've got some miniature ones, which they'll be fine. I've got some miniature ones, I think. So yeah, that's the plan then, is to change L13. I think we've measured R11, haven't we? Pretty sure we did. I think we lifted that to measure it. I want to just change these in case they have been stressed. And then we can power it up and see what happens with it. See what it's outputting to the antenna jack. Because it should be putting some power out here. I don't know if it says anything in the gump about what sort of power it puts out from there. DC9 jack accepts AC powers. Adapters listed in the chart. Now I use batteries in mine. I don't bother using a power supply. I don't know whether John is using a power supply. So it's given some optional power adapters to use. AC 170W for the UK. It's 9 volts. I should just plug it into my bench power supply to test it. It doesn't say anything here about what sort of power it's pushing out through. Mounting diagram. Well, looking at this, once that's switched on, it's going to pop the 9 volts. I mean, that bypasses all this lot anyway. It's going to stick 9 volts straight out to the center pin of this input, by the looks of it, through this. So this is some sort of filter here, I assume. It's going to go bang straight up through there, and 9 volts DC straight out of there, because this should block DC going into this bit. So this is just filters for different bands. As I say, the amplification is done in the actual outdoor unit, which we haven't got a schematic for. This bit here, which is a potted thing now, I have somewhere got a picture of the inside of one of these. Let me see if I can find you that, because I took a cover off one of mine. I took the cover off of one of mine, and here it is. Just rotate that, shall we? So you can see we have got a component in here. Oh, hang on. Let's pop that on the screen so you can see it. So this is the feed coming from the indoor unit into the antenna module, and we've got our supply coming in here. Looks like we've got some sort of toroid filter there, potentially an LED. And this is going to be our FET here. So, and this is the bit that goes out to the antenna. But as you can see, it's potted and all this rubbery stuff. So, you know, I believe this is about the only thing in here that can get damaged. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what FET it is. I have got some FETs here, so maybe if that has gone, we can do something about it. But what we need to just have a look at is probably the current draw, because I have got another unit here of mine that is brand new, which is the one you can see here. So this is my unit, and we can connect it up in the room here and stick the aerial on top of it and see what it's doing, because I can't connect up to the outdoor one at the moment because I need to get a ladder up and I can't lift the ladders, blah blah blah. You know what it's like. Oh, hang on, we don't want that, we want that now. That's better. Right, let's catch up. I don't know why that is though. I mean, unless it's some delayed start thing. Rich, I definitely did come on live, bang on, absolutely as the clock turned 2, I was live. Really don't know. Strange. How strange. Don's in. Hi Don. How you getting on with that Herald? Have you tried any zapping yet, Don? Looks like a choke, yeah. You gonna use batteries, John? Yeah. Just don't leave them in there unless they're lithiums. Catch you in a minute, Gavin. Just catching up. Bob's saying C11 and C12 should be larger values. Rob, I don't know, you'll have to ask John. Thanks very much for the super chat, Rob. Amp is running, but no reception. Unfortunately, that's those transistors, Don. They've got to be zapped, mate. They've got to be zapped. You've got the full zapping compilation in that other video, haven't you? Afternoon, Dave. How are you, mate? Okay, let's stop waffling on, shall I? And let's crack on. Let's get the rest of the Purple Panther in the pot. I'm going to turn on the desoldering tool, give that a chance to warm up. This is John's unit, and this is the inductors that I picked up, and I did have a discount code, so everybody loves a discount code. So let me just show you that. You never know. They don't sponsor the channel, by the way. No such luck as that. But it's Bright Components. Look, this is where I got it from on eBay. So if you go directly to them, if you copy that discount code down, they sell quite a lot of like hobbyist electronic bits on there. Valid till the end of the year. No worries, Don. Fingers crossed you'll get it sorted, mate. Yeah, fingers crossed, Aaron, they'll sort you, mate. So say, I did decide to get both lots of inductors. So we've got the 10 microhenry and the 82. The 82 was surprisingly difficult to find in this package. Very strange. Really very few people selling 82 ohm. I don't know whether these are half or quarter watt. I forgot now. But yeah, very difficult to get hold of the 82s. Obviously the big sellers have got them, but you've got to pay like surcharges and all sorts of rubbish for postage and that. So it's actually cheaper at the moment to go through eBay or AliExpress than it is to use the big three. So anybody that missed last week, or not, was it last week or the week before? Because we did have this as like a bonus one, didn't we? And what have I done with the thing again now? I was here a second ago. I keep losing this little tiny inductor. I lost it again. The burnt inductor saga. Ah, there he is. He's stuck up. He's stuck in there, that naughty little thing. He's stuck in there. Can you see him? Oh, nice little burnt inductor. Let's get some tweezers and pull him out of there because he shouldn't be in there. It's naughty. Yeah, so there's our burnt inductor. Smoking. Bernie. Let's just put that back in there so I don't lose all those screws. John's address. I'm sure we don't want that going up on screen. And this is the antenna controller in bits because we took it apart the other week. I can't remember which video we did this on. If anyone can remember and stick a link in, that'd be good. I should have put it in the title really, shouldn't I? But anyway, let's just get rid of all this off of the bench a minute. And here is the item, the inside of the AN-1, well, the antenna controller. As I say, we've only got a couple of components. I've lifted the little resistor there. I don't know whether we ought to bother changing that or not, but we've got the cap here to do. We've got that other inductor. We've got ceramic, but they're non-polarized, rated about 50 volts. So unless someone's stuck more than 50 volts, I bet that should be fine, that one. There's another little resistor in there, which looks fine, but I suppose we ought to test it, don't we? We ought to just test that resistor while we're in. Or just switch that one out. What is R13 then? Let's just have a look at R13. Let's test that while we're here. Make sure that hasn't had anything up it. If we can find our thingamajiggery. What have I done with that now then? So let's have a look. R13, come in. R13, where are you? There's another one, R12 in there somewhere as well, according to that. Oh, there's another R12 sneakily hiding in underneath the switches, look. I don't know if you can see that. Just hiding in underneath the switches. So that one we've got to test as well. So R13 is 680, R12 is 75. Let's get well, let's try and use this. It is sort of getting a bit better as I wiggle the leads. We can sort of get some sort of sense out of it. Let's short that together. What have we got? 0.92. Let's move the lead around. Not really that one. I don't know what's gone, whether these are pulled, I don't know. Good quality leads as well, but not 0.43. Let's just null that out then. Let's check this one. So what do I say this one is? 680. 679, that's pretty good. And the other one is 75. I think we'll put the switch in the other position. Yeah, that same switch. R12, can we measure that one? 75.36. I think we'll leave both of those alone. That other one, R11, which was in parallel with L13 that burnt, that was 220, and I'm pretty sure we checked that last week. Let's do it again. 220. So yeah, all the resistors are fine. So let's pop that one back in. Now let's pop one of these in. So this is our 82 microhenry. I don't know if these are slightly bigger than the original. No, they're the same size, so that's fine. So let's pop that one in. Or shall we measure it first? Let's measure it first, shall we? See what it actually measures, because as I say, these were fairly cheap. They're not cheap, but they were fairly cheap as far as components go. I did buy 10 of each. There's nothing worse than repairing stuff and finding you haven't got the part you want. So let's connect this one up and see if it reads 82 microhenries. Is it microhenries or millihenries? It's actually reading 68.39. Oh, we're not doing this again, are we? Let's just test some of the other ones. I haven't calibrated the leads, mind you, but I did do the other day, only a couple of days ago, so it shouldn't drift that much. 67. 66. It might be that I just need to 65. Every time I test it's going down. Whether my battery's getting low, I don't know. 67. Oh, we're going back up again now. 65. 66. 67. I don't think any of my other meters read inductance. Yeah, so they're all pretty much reading the same, around about the 67 microhenries. 65. Let's just calibrate the leads a minute. Let's do a lead calibration. We'll test them again. There we go. So let's try that again, see if that makes any difference. It's gone up a little bit, 68, but you know, it's not perfect, is it? But damn sight better than the one that was in there. Should we get that back out for a little play? So this is the one that was in there. That's reading 0.04 microhenries. So yeah. Let's stick that one in then. It's got to attach that because it looks like I didn't clear the holes out properly. Again, that looks like it's just some sort of filtration. So let me just solder those in. Get Sean's thingies. Not heard from Sean this week. He's probably, well, I wouldn't have thought he'd be out hiking today, but normally that's what he's doing on a Sunday. He's out having a good old walkabout. So I don't know why I'm doing this all cack-handed, I do not know. Not enough panther in me yet. Right, that's that one soldered in, and the resistor soldered back on the board. I say I wanted to get this one out and get it sorted. Let's zoom you in a little bit closer. I'm conscious of getting it in too close and you disappearing off the screen. So getting this capacitor here out. It's marked on the board. It's marked correctly, so I don't need to measure it. Doesn't want to come out because Sony have bent the legs on it. And what is that one? That is 3.3 at 50. Unusual size. We'll be testing that in a minute. 3.3 at 50. We got here 3.3 at 63. Actually, let's use a full size cap on it. Assume we got space to use a full size. Actually, that is a miniature one, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to have to be a miniature one. It's going to have to be a miniature one, Graham. Otherwise, the front panel won't go back on again. There is another little resistor in there, a little SMD one which seems a bit out of place. Am I going to be able to measure that one? Let's see if I can measure that one. It's got a marking on it. The marking is 391. So is that 39 ohms? Where is that one then? 390. 39 and 10, 390. That is in parallel with a cap though, so we might not be able to measure that. Let's null that out again. Ah, 387, so he is all right. If I put the switch in the other position, I think that switches that in and out. Let's see what that reads in the other position. Yeah. That's reading a short in the other position, in the up position. What is that switch? Let's have a look. That's the frequency, so is it shorting it out in the upwards position? Yeah, it is, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, by the looks of the circuit, it's switching it. I could go back to that. This is it here, look. 390. So in the upwards position, it's a dead short through that switch. In the downwards position, it switches this out, which allows me to measure it. I am sort of measuring this cap as well, but doesn't seem to be affecting it. So that one is all right. Okay, so that's a cap. Let's do this L12 inductor as well. This is the 10 microhenry. 10 at the bottom. And we'll see what that one's measuring. Although it doesn't seem that we're having much luck measuring these inductors, does it? .77, so that one's fine. But let's just check a brand new one, see if it's worth putting a new one in. 10 microhenries. They're in 8.7, so it seems that all of these are a bit low. Nine. I don't know what their 9.1, 8.79. Let's get one nearest to 10, 8.9. Yeah, I don't know what the 9.1. The tolerance band is. I think it's gold, which looks the same on the others. Oh, 9.5, that's the closest so far. Yeah, so that's the closest so far, 9.5. So we'll use that one. I suspect my Heath kit would test them a bit better, wouldn't it? I think that's LCR. So I'm going to swap it anyway, because it would have been potentially strained by the power or reverse polarity, one of the two. Let's solder that up as well. You can't really see what I'm up to there, can you? We'll check what the cap's reading in a minute, but let's got the inductors done. Okay, so we've got 10 at 16 miniature, and we've got 10 at 16 large. Now, where the hell am I going to find some more 10 at 16s, people? All these red ones here. 47 at 10. One at 50, 470s, 1 microfarad, 10s, nothing there. Where I'm going to find these caps? Over here. 70 20s. 10 is the most popular size, and I bought a big job lot years ago of Nichicons. I think I bought, I don't know if it was 500 or 1,000, and they lasted me for years and years. I've got some 10 at 50s, they'll do. We haven't got a miniature one though, so we're going to have to fold that one over. So I've got 10 at 50s, no 10 at 16s. So at least we have got a decent cap going back in. Those are Worth, which is a German brand. Never any problems with those. So it's got a sort of a picture on there of it sort of going, lying flat like this one is. I don't know why they haven't done it flat. Pass. That's that one. Marked on the board, and this one's marked on the board as well. So they are that way around. Can I get my fingers in there? No, I can't. Well, let's solder that one in. Oh, got the shakes. What's going on there? And the other one, so that's that way round. Okay, that's all of the caps done and the inductors, and we've checked all the resistors. Snip those off. Okay, so that should be good now. That should be good to go. So I think what I'll do next is we'll connect it up to the bench power supply. It's a center pin negative. Center pin negative, and I'm sure it says 9 volts. Volts, center pin negative, power off. Let's plug that in. I'll see first of all what it reads on my power supply, and then I'll see if I can connect a multimeter in line with it. Let's have a look at what we're doing with the chat at the moment though first. Let's catch up. You might be shouting stuff at the screen, you can't hear me, you can't see me, I've disappeared. Let's have a look. You got it off eBay, John, and that's how it arrived. Kaput. Let's get that up on the bench a bit better. There's no lights or anything on this thing, so we don't know whether it's going to be working or not. Zappo, you're surrounded by keyboard caps and a washing up bowl. You've pulled all the tops off your Amstrad, Brett, have you? A tin of burnt and crispy components. Frozen? Not frozen, Chris. Oh yeah, welcome, Chris. Refresh Worst Wonders. Disco Inferno. Thanks, Bill Miller, for subscribing. And welcome to the madness. Les is in. Afternoon, Les. A Tramps Disco. Urgent trip to the throne, no worries. It just laid a cable. Should start grey. If they start with blue, they sent the wrong ones. I'll tell you what, I've just got them mixed up now. I've got them mixed up, haven't I? Got them mixed up. No, it's grey, I believe, Rich. Let me have a look. Let's get a bit closer. Yeah, it looks like grey, red, black with a silver band. And the other one is, looks like, I can't tell, brown, black, silver. But the grey's burnt off of this one. So yeah, it looks like these are the 82s. And the 10s are, looks like brown, black, black. Is that right? Brown, black, black. Sounds like a dance, doesn't it? Anyway, we're getting off the subject here. Let's I'm just checking up with the chat a minute. GT Jeff's in. Afternoon, Jeff. Afternoon, Derek. Jess, afternoon, Jess. Thanks, mate. Right. Let's pop this up. Okay, so it's not drawing anything at the moment. What are we in? So we're at attenuation 0 dB, so that's fine. Frequency range is in the lower band. Let's first of all plug my antenna into it. It might need the aerial on it, so I'm going to screw it on anyway. If anyone wonders what the hell I'm doing, I've got the box here with it all in. And I'm just screwing the antenna on the box. So this one should be good. It's brand new. So let's pop it back. Oh, I had to turn it on, did I? Yeah. So upwards is on, downwards is off. So just unplug the power a minute. I'm going to plug this in. Hopefully we should see it draw a bit of current. Well, 1 milliamp. 1 milliamp in that position. Right, so as I say, with my antenna controller in it, not antenna controller, antenna module, it's drawing 1 milliamp. So let's swap that over for John's. Let's see what John's is drawing. 22 milliamps. Kicking out on the current limit. Yeah, so John's is drawing, yeah, over half an amp. So that, John, is short. We've got a short in here. Just to check that this is okay then, we're going to plug mine in. I'm not going to plug mine into... I shouldn't have done any harm there. I'm not going to plug mine into John's module. I'm going to plug mine into my own controller. I mean, not module. Let's see what this one's drawing. It's in the opposition. Turn the current up. Yeah, so mine's drawing 0.1, the same as John's was with my antenna. So it's drawing just 0.1 with mine in. It's drawn over half an amp with that. There's no way it should pull that much power. So we have a problem in here, which means we've got to get down and dirty with it. So let's get mine out of the way so we don't get them mixed up. Saying that John's is still in pieces at the moment. Get all this wire out of the way. So we have a short in here somewhere. It's not measuring as a short on here though, because I did test that earlier actually. So if I get the multimeter in shot and go from the center to the edge, oh, it's reading 15 ohms now, look. Is that my finger doing it? So it's reading 16 ohms. And mine is reading... Strange, it was the same just now. Perhaps I've woken it up by putting power on it. Mine is reading... $275 ohms. So yeah, we have got a dead or shorted FET in this one, I think. So this is the interesting bit. There's not, I can't find anybody that's done a picture of one of these actually depotted. So this is going to be interesting stuff now. So brace yourselves. Let's have a look. I've got to sort you out something for that, Tim. I can't remember where the video is. Mr. Laser Sound, how are you doing, mate? No, you basically got to pick it out. Yeah, this is the outdoor piece, Rob. So this gets mounted. You can see there's a couple mounting points there. That gets mounted onto a pole. There's like a bracket that screws to this. That gets mounted onto a pole. And if you ever look in those instructions, mate, I think it's all in there. Yeah, it's like silicon sealant in there. So we need to get this this off. So this is where it gets a bit interesting, hopefully. Turn my desoldering tool off for a minute. There's no need to burn electricity for the sheer hell of it. So it looks like we've got 3 screws. Cool. Are they actually Phillips? Or are they a Japanese screwdriver? They've done it hellish tight, I know that. Now these were boxed up with the 2001D back in the day. You could buy a kit that had this antenna as well as the 2001D. If you ever see them come up on eBay, and I've seen a couple come up on eBay, they're like nearly 4 figures to buy the antenna and the radio together. Okay, so we've got one smaller one which is for the front and 2 bigger ones for the back. And Alexa's trying to
there are many different types
shush.
Of
Sounds like Google is trying to tell me what's going on there. Okay. Oh, this one's a bit different than mine. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I think we can see the issue. What is that? See-through. This is actually much more see-through than mine. Mine is like much whiter, but I can see something burnt there. That is very crispy, and it says it's C3, but that is burnt to a crisp. And what the hell is C3? There's quite a lot of components in this. I don't know if you can see, if I can hold it up and sort of get it so the light's not shining on it too much. You can sort of see, or is it better with the light shining in it? Yes, you can see we've got 4 diodes in here. We've got more inductors by the looks of it. We've got a capacitor there. We don't know what the value of C3 is. Do I want to be taking mine apart to see what that is? Because mine is brand new. I don't know if I want to pull out mine. I wonder what C3 is, but we're going to have to pick out around here. The problem is the whole board, this whole board has been potted into this area. So certainly we can take these 2 connections off to start with. I'm going to take a picture of it inside. This one is, as I say, it is different than mine. Let's go in close. Oh dear. Right, I need to find my little knife, my little sliding knife. And I think I've got that out in there. Lightning strike? Don't know. I don't know, Rob. Could have done. Let's take this coax off first. I'm supposed to be able to make sure that we haven't got a short in that coax. Thank you, Rob. I'll tell you what, it's struggling to heat these up. Let's put a Meteor soldering iron tip in here. See if it likes this one up it. This will frighten the life out of it. Tell you what, this thing can sink some heat. What's going on here? Let's bump the temperature up a bit then. Let's go up to 370. We'll add a fresh bit of solder in to that mix. That should sort it out, hopefully. Whew. Yay. There we go. Right, that's that off. I'm going to get my knife then. We'll start scraping away, see if we can get that board out. Say this is new territory for me. Obviously it is screwed in by this screw as well, so that screw's got to come out, but so I can see the board edge. Also going to need to buy something to pot it back in with again. I mean, we could use some bathroom silicone, that would probably be all right. Really, it wants to be the proper stuff. Okay, that's not going to give us much joy. Let's see if we can pick away at this a bit better with some tweezers. It's not the first time I've depotted something, so it doesn't scare me really. If anyone saw that outboard motor engine management, battery management thing, engine management that I pulled apart, that was shockingly bad to get out. This could take a while, so go and grab a coffee. So you can get a proper potting compound, which is exactly like this, from RS. They do it. It's about 30-40 pounds, I think, which is a lot of money, but is the proper stuff for the job, I suppose. Not enough memory to open this page. Why am I out of memory? My computer's struggling with memory for some reason. Let's close some stuff down. What else is running? Seems that we've got some memory issues, people. Hopefully you're still seeing me live. Let's close that down. Microsoft Edge. Close my Finder. Oh, wrong button. Close my Finder window. What else have we got open? Let's close that. Let's close Messenger. What else can we close to free up a bit of memory? We don't need Sonic Studio on. Let me just find my chat again. Hopefully you're still there. Right. Got your module out of the loft and it reads 271 ohms. I think that's the same as mine, Brett, isn't it? And what? Thanks very much, mate, for going and checking that. Don't use the bathroom one if it has a strong smell. We do a neutral one. We do a neutral one in work, but again, that's like crazy money. Yeah, the bathroom ones have got that. You can buy a proper electronics one from RS, but every time I buy it, it lasts about a month and then it all sets hard. Fish tank stuff. Okay. Harvey's in. Hi, Harvey. Yeah, it wants to be, because some of it's got like I can't remember what the name of it's called, but it's got like a strong smell that helps it, like a solvent that helps it go off. So we need to get something decent, because as I say, these areas are not cheap. These are not cheap to get hold of. Hopefully the seller refunded you this, John, or he's paying for the repair. One of the two, mate. You'll have to let us know what's happening with that, Because clearly this is not working right. Gradually picking bits out of it. I need to go into my memory manager and find out what's using all the memory in this computer. Might be I just had too many windows open, but let the depotting commence. I thought maybe this was soldered directly to the board, but it looks like it's on just flying wire there. Nothing too fancy. In fact, can I desolder that? I might put it to desolder that. Get that out of the way. Soldering on, yeah. Yeah, so that's just soldered to there, so that should just peel off now. Which it has. That'll allow me to get in there a bit more now. This is fun, isn't it? It's fun. I love depotting stuff and finding out what's inside. I should see if there's any jobs for depotters going, shouldn't I? Now, I don't really know why Sony never published the insides of this. I suppose it's because it's potted, they don't want people taking it apart and all the rest of it, but end of the day, when you've got to repair these things, it's the only way you can get them out, isn't it, is to depot them. Yeah, it's like a jelly sort of substance. It's not as stiff as silicon. So I think it's like that electrical silicon that I was talking about. But this is a proper potting compound that you just pour in. I think you can get smaller sachets of it, so I'll have to do a bit of research on that. Assuming that we can find out what C3 is. I'm probably going to have to pull mine apart, aren't I, to find the value of that. Cool. I'm gradually getting in there. Lots of jelly nastiness coming out still all over the bench. Just as well you sent this bit up, John, wouldn't it? If I sent it back to you and you plugged it back in, you would have burnt the other bit back out again. But as I say, it was on the limited supply, so we're good. And I will test that again with mine before we plug it back into this one. Get off. Glass sealer on fish tanks. Would acetone depot it? Oh, I don't. That's really drastic. I was going to say. Multiple tabs on. Yeah, there's only about 4 tabs open on Chrome. It's good they give you a refund, John. Anyway. But you can show them the video now. Hot cross buns, very nice. I do like a hot cross bun, Bob. Can't beat a nice hot cross bun. They're not just for Easter. Okay, well scraped away at the top now, but no signs of it coming out. But definitely free all the way round. It looks like they put some in the bottom and then plopped it on that as well. So let's pick away a bit more of it. Wonder what sort of capacitor that is, whether it's an electrolytic or whether it's a ceramic. Doesn't look like a ceramic disc. It could be a little poly cap. There's no screws in this, is there? Oh, it stinks of burning electronics. Smells of burnt up electronics. More muck everywhere. God, look at this stuff. It's still sort of slightly sticky, you know. Let's have a peel around here. I don't want to go too mad because I don't want to spoil any screen print on the board. Just want to see if I can see what this FET is, or this capacitor. Well, if it's just a little ceramic, I could just try anything in there, really, I suppose, couldn't I? Something like a 10 NF or something like that, or 100 NF. It'd be a bit naughty if they have taken the value off the FET. I can't see any writing on the FET. I'll go in with something a little bit less aggressive with that. My finger now. Somewhere we've got a plastic scraper, haven't we? Those that Simon's World very kindly sent me. The plastic razor blades. Right, let me get my eyes in there, see if I can see what's emerging. Okay, there is a part number on that. It's an SK125 3. So SK125. I think I might have got some of those. So it's an SK125, and this. What is this cap then? Bits of a charred capacitor. That's got to be toast. That's that. Keep trying to call it a resistor. FET has got to be gone, surely. Don't think it would have survived. Nice big chunk out there. Be nice if I could see a value on this. Doesn't look like an electrolytic. The tension, isn't it? You see, I'm gradually peeling my way in. So it's definitely an SK1253, which is one of the later FETs. In fact, I've just fitted them to a 2001D to improve the performance on it. That's what my 2001D's got fitted in, and Rob's 2001D that I must quickly get back on the bench before sending it out to him, Mr. Rob Head. Oh, it is polarized. I think that's a tantalum, you know. I think that's a tantalum. Doesn't look like an electrolytic. I think that's a tantalum that's gone bang. Oh, what could it be then? Yeah, that's a tantalum. It's definitely polarized because I can see a plus on the board. And that's that FET is Q1. Yeah, definitely a shorted tantalum, I'm sure that is. So what would it be? Would it be something like a 10 microfarad? What would it be? Any of you RF chaps out there, Nick and Les, what do you think that would be next to a FET then? I'm still picking away, see if I can get this out. It's going to have to come out in order to fix it, but not the easiest thing to get out, this. So they left like the jaggedy edge of the board, so obviously they made these boards in multiples and just snapped them apart, but they've left the jaggedy edges on, which seems to be well stuck to the potting compound. Be careful around this inductor because I don't want to short any of the turns on that. Okay. There's no surface mount or anything like that to damage. Well, not on this side of the board anyway. There could be loads of other stuff on the other side of the board. You just don't know. Acetone would melt all the plastic housing, so I can't really use that. Let me see if I can get a pick underneath that a minute. Where's my smallest pick? Where's my tiny one? That one there. See if I can get this underneath this back edge and lever it slightly. Oh yes, look at that. He's only got it out. He's only gone and got it out, look. Look at that. Success. Good stream watching my hand, and now don't be rude, Chris. I'm trying my hardest. It is. Okay, let's peel all this gank off the back. You know how difficult it is to try and film this stuff, and doing it live is even harder because of the fact you can't go in and edit it and reshoot bits of it. It is live. So camera work's not always going to be the best, but I'll do the best I can to get you in on the action. So where's our problem area? Over here. So what do we reckon that tantalum could be size-wise then? I'll take it out in a minute. We'll get it under the microscope and have a look. But pop the desoldering tool back on again. So that's where our fat is. And that is that torched component there. Oh, it does stink though. Poor. Absolutely honks this. The more I'm peeling off, the more it smells. Gotta try and get as much of this white muck off as I can, otherwise the components won't come out. So fish tank sealant might be a good idea. Anybody got a link for some fish tank sealant then? Because as long as it'll flow and allow me to pot it rather than it just like splodging all over it. But this stuff normally comes in a 2-pack, and you put in the 2 parts together and it's runny and then it sets. It's like a liquid when it goes in, if you know what I mean. Whereas the silicone is a little bit different, isn't it? Comes out sort of semi set already. I'll tell you what, this is horrible stuff. It's getting everywhere. It's all over me. It's like bad dandruff. Sticky, snowy dandruff. Right, so we can see which way the fat's in. It's marked on the board. Let's take this thing out. Let's take the fat out. There's our tantalum. There's our fat with its lovely siliconed together legs. So it's definitely a 2SK1253. So let's just move that muck out of the way for a minute. Let's get the component tester first of all, and we'll test the fat. Jim, what are you breathing in? It's not really, it's not airborne, Jim, it's just like jelly. Right, let's see what this fat reads first. We're going to change this fat anyway, no matter what it reads, because clearly it's add it up it. That's something up it. I'll say Rob could be right with his lightning strike. Well, it is reading as a JFAT alert, believe it or not, and channel JFAT red as the gate. Symmetrical, I don't know what that source and drain. Symmetrical source and drain. God knows what all this gumph means, but that still is a FET. That's crazy. It still is a FET. You believe that? But this is not a tantalum anymore. Do you think the tantalum failed and that's what caused the problem? Or do you think it's because someone put power up it the wrong way? See if I can get this on the microscope a minute then. Let's reset that. Oh, hang on, I need to plug it in, don't I? I had my my thingy-jiggery plugged into it just now. And I don't want to change it, I want to just reset it. Okay, right, we're in. Let's see if I can get this in focus. I'll get in a bit closer on it if I can, just to see if there's any just to see if there's anything on it. I mean, you can't really see that very well, can you? Let's zoom back out a little bit. I just have to alter the focus a bit. That is an X tantalum. Anybody got any idea what value it's likely to be though? Oh, it's clearly had a bit of a catastrophe there. I can't see any writing on it. Let's get a second tweezer and have a scrape away at it. I thought maybe something remained of the value. The thing is, I don't know how critical this would be in the circuit. I mean, look at the state of the thing. Anybody seen the inside of a tantalum before? You have? No. Apologies if this isn't very good on the screen. I'm looking through it. It's nice for me, but apologies for the... It's catching up. I mean, if I zoom right out, you might be able to see it a little bit better. It's had it, hasn't it? It's absolutely had it. Just zoom in as far and as close as I can get with the other camera. Well, let's try it on the ESR meter, shall we? I don't think this is going to read anything. It does look quite small actually, so it might be smaller than a 10 for sure. Could be something like a 4.7 maybe. No, open circuit or low capacitance. Well, anybody got any ideas? Let's get back. Let's get back into the fold and let's have a look. Daryl B, how you doing, mate? It is a bit of a mess, isn't it? Yes, well, definitely will, because it goes out on a mast, this, Rob, outside. It's really got to be weather sealed. Yeah, there is some stuff you can get. Electronic potting compound. So this is some Magic Raytech. This is only 300ml, which is a little bit. That's not bad, look. $15.99. If you go to the bigger size, it's $49.99. Is this any good? This is what the electricians use to pot these outdoor enclosure things. Yeah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. So let's see, do a Google search for that. £25, 27 quid. Tool Station's actually quite a good deal by the looks of it. Amazon, Tool Station, CPC. Yeah. Looks like that that is a good deal. So 16 quid, John. 16 quid plus a couple £100 repair bill. I wonder if they've got it. I wonder if they've got it near me. If so, I can get Mrs. Cruncher to go in and pick it up. She can go to trolley. Where does it say about your... Oh, here we go. Oh, Bideford. Okay, that is our local store. And it says one is available for collection. There you go. So they've got one, just one in Bideford. So I'm going to have to order that. I might have to do it in PayPal credit. 3 interest-free payments. Oh dear. Yeah, that's fine. I can go in and pick it up myself, to be honest. There we are. That's what we need. That's what we need. Monster that would love eating all that stuff. Let's get the microscope out of the way. Yeah. Pengu would love it, wouldn't he? Cody's? Yeah, you won't get anything for the modern radios, Tim, unfortunately. You can't get anything for them, and when you ask them direct, unless you're a dealer or a service center, there's no way. It's like hush hush stuff. Unibond silicon sealant remove there. Others say apply some heat. It's a 2SK152/3, Joe. You got one of these and lightning cooked it. Oh, one of these antennas, Chris. See, it's possible to fix it. Pining for the fjords. Benji for toasted parts. Can you see enough of the tant in your unit to read a color code? No. Oh, in my unit it might be able to, yeah. Zap in the tantum, Christian. Could zap it. I'm sure it's already had that. Washing keycaps. Probably across a power supply, but you would have to reverse engineer the circuits. No, you could try measuring the voltage on the PCB holes. Lightning may not blast it with 240 and blow it up. I think it's open circuit anyway now. I've poked it about, Aaron. Well, Paul's pinged me. I've had to shut me messenger down, Paul, because me thingy bob. Welcome, mate. Gonna heat the rest of that off. I'm gonna pull some of it off, and then I can check components on the back. So I've got the back of the board fairly clear. Paul's just sent me something else, so let me see if I can log back into Messenger a minute. Messenger. As Paul sent me the get off you crazy thing. No, I don't want that open. I want this open. I'll need the ping. I'm gonna try and log back in, Paul. So it's got Messenger app open. AN-1 PDF. Have you got the actual, this bit, Paul? We've got the actual service manual for it, but where's that gone to? That's a better copy though, I must admit. That's a much better copy, Paul. So thanks for that. So Paul's just sent me a much better scanned version. I wonder if it's got any info on the antenna section though. So we've got all that info, we've got that, we've got that. Now what was that? That was Q1 and C3. I wonder if it's in the components list then, that's a point. Q1 and C3. No, see it doesn't, it only gives... Yeah, it doesn't give the other parts. It doesn't tell you what's in here, you see. Crafty, innit? Well, it's not crafty, I suppose they don't expect people to take it apart, but we have taken it apart. We've gone past the point of no return with it. Thanks for that, Paul. That's a much better copy than I've got anyway. This has got a blown up tantalum in it, Bill, if you've only just gone for it. So I think that's smaller than a 10. That to me looks like it could be a 4.7, something like that. Now I did have a load of tantalums here, didn't I? Tantalum City. And if we can tell just by the physical size of it, obviously it's blown its top. And it looks sort of like that size. It looks very much like that sort of size there. Oh. Yeah, it looks like that sort of size. I really don't want to pull mine apart unless I've absolutely got to. So look what this is. So that's a 4.7. I'll tell you what we could do for a bit of fun a minute is we can put the FET back in because the FET is potentially still working. Although we will replace it. But we don't want to blow up a new one, do we? We can pop the FET back in. We can put one of these 4.7s in, because that looks exactly the same footprint. It's definitely too big. It's too small for a 10. Definitely. So we can see that's the positive there. Stuff's everywhere, isn't it? Yuck. Let's solder that in and see. Let's solder it in and see what it does now. Let's put a smaller soldering iron tip in there though. This one's a bit meaty. Yes. While you're in here, Paul, Tim was after a service manual for yeah, I am going to check that. Now, what was Tim was after a service manual for? Roberts, is it 9906 or 9906, Paul? Have you got a service manual for that? 9 volts it is. It's basically 9 volts this takes. It's worth, I suppose, checking the voltage of this. But I think this is going to be something like 50 volts, isn't it? 16 volts. So that should be fine. Right. See if we can solder into this mess. Probably need a bit of extraction. Yeah, it's not soldered great because of that. Silicone. Right. Oh, it stinks though. So let's see what our resistance reading is across that now then. Well, we might be able to fix it. Hi, Sharpie, how are you? There we go, 282. I think that's fixed it. Because what was it before? Can anybody remember what it was before? Something like 70, wasn't it? So that's 281 point something. And what was mine again? Where's the end of mine gone? I lost the end plug now. There's it. So that's 281, and mine is reading 280. I would say that that is sorted. Yeah, not too bad, Shoppy, thank you. So I think what we'll do is replace that FET, and then we've got a trip down to tool station to get some more potting compound for it. Like we say, it might just literally have been the tantalum decided to explode, but then they don't usually with low voltage, do they? They just usually fail open. So that may well have had some voltage up it from the wrong place. There's not really any need to pull all this off. I'm just getting into the habit of it now. That since we got loads of this snow on the table, let's get some more on there. Yeah, yuck. Looks like something there's not soldered very well. What is that? Oh, we got a burnt resistor as well. Oh. Yeah, we got a burnt resistor as well. Damn. What is that? It's got a red on it. Ugh, we got a burnt resistor as well. No. So it's got a red stripe on it. So if everyone can remember red a minute for me. Just as well I looked at that, wasn't it? Sometimes, though, these resistors can take a lot of stick and still be a resistor, you know? So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button if you would for me, please. That means I'll get recognised a bit more by YouTube. Because I'm sure this video will be very useful for other Sony owners that have got dead AN-1s. I bet there's a few about. We already know that Chris has got a dead one. Sounds like Bratz is okay. I've got a good one out on the mast at the moment, working still. Well, I assume it is. It could have been a zapparoonie, couldn't it? I'll tell you, this stuff is horrible to get off. Literally, you just got to grab it and pull it off. It's making my hands all sticky as well. So it's got a gold band on it. Is that a 5%er or a 10%er, the gold band? I can't remember now. So it looks like it starts with red and ends with gold. See if I can get it off the board. Yeah, that's definitely got hot because it's melted the solder on it. And it has melted something over here as well. It's actually got so hot, it's melted the solder. Let's see if I can get this one out then. Yeah, it's melted the solder on some of these components over here, but it does seem to have removed the short though. See if we can get this resistor out without damaging it too much and see if we've got any colour codes left on it. I'm going to get that under the microscope a minute before I try peeling it off, because I think if I peel it off, I'll have to wash my hands a minute. I don't know what this stuff is, but I'm sure I'm not supposed to have it on my hands. It looks like red, black, gold. He says, knocking it out of the screen. It's because I've got this bloody things on my head, that's why. Let's wash this stuff off my hands a minute before it melts my skin. Oh, my last wipe. Lots of juice in there still though, but no wipes left. Something on my shopping list for tomorrow. 22, you reckon? 5%er. Let's have a pick at it then. If we reckon it might be a brown, that second stripe. That's the only thing I can't really see at the moment. I'm going to have to do a bit more dissection yet. Take this thing off my head. So apologies, because I'm going to knock the camera again now. So I'm going to go in a bit closer. It's difficult to say. Is it red? Is it orange? I think it's red. Yeah, I think it's red, black, because there's another bit of silicon there with a bit of red on it. Which I think sort of, it's like trying to puzzle together a museum thing, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's red, black. Let's see what it reads. Let's see what it reads. So red, black, we reckon is 22, yeah? Oh, hello. 21.76, look, so it is still, amazingly, it's still a resistor. Now, have I got a 22 quarter watt resistor? 3, okay, 18, 220, 223, 10, 1.5. No, I've only got massive, great 22 ohm resistors. Let's just have a look on my another box. Everything but resistors, no, it's all capacitors. Ah, 22. It says R22, but it says 51K. I think this is 51K, and look, it's confusing because it says R22 as well. Not enough memory again to open the page. I need to close that messenger down again. I have closed Messenger. Is it literally tool station that's killing it? Right, okay. So I need to just open my chat again. Apologies, for some reason my computer seems to be struggling with the memory today. I need to go into the task manager and find out what's eating up all my memory. Don't usually have any memory issues, do we, on the stream? It's normally the internet speed, but this is definitely running out of memory for some reason. This is doing some sort of update in the background. You never know, do you? Alan Reed, 22 at 5%. Sharpie, 22. 22. Everyone's saying 22. Wins. Yeah, I don't think that's a 22 though. I think that's... Nah, that's a 51K. Which is what it says on the bag, but it also says R22 as well. Very confusing. 150K. Yeah, the ones I've got are massive. 12, what are those ones there? 3 ohm. And those, what are they? Fallen out of a packet somewhere, that's what they are. .22 meg, 2K, what are these then? .7K. Okay, I've not totally run out of places to look. I've got this one. Ooh, no, don't. Hang on. Ooh, everything's going to collapse any minute. I'm balancing stuff here. These are all in the Ks, I think. 4M7, 15K, 510K, 100 ohm, 100K, 2.9 meg, 5K6. Now they're all in the kilo ohms. Okay, now we're gonna have to go deep. I'm gonna have to go deep into the archives. I can see 22K there. Is there anything in it? It's one of the things. I haven't got any packs of resistors. Oh, I've got some 22Ks. Oh, it's not 22K we want, no, it's 22s, isn't it? Damn. $10 and $47. No. That's a pity. I got 22K. More components. I got to find more components, John. Yeah, I've really gone into the deepest of the deep archives there and got no 22 ohms. Just trying to think if there's. I have got a big box of resistors up there, but most of those are already out in these boxes because I've sorted them in the past. So I don't think I'll have any 22s. Got 33s. What are these? 56s. 150s. And ones. Massive great things. No. Okay, so I have to get a 22 ohm resistor, although that one is working. But there is other areas of this board that are burnt as well. Not burnt, but that have obviously got very, very hot. Let's keep those bits together. I'll put them in there for a minute. Yeah, they got very, very hot. In fact, it's got that hot, it's melted the solder, look. Hell. Let's have a quick scrape up here a sec. Then I'll get you in on the microscope again. Yeah, clearly this got very hot. Must have been cooking. It definitely stinks, I know that much. So let me just solder that properly. Now I've got the muck out of the way, although have I got muck in the hole? Yeah. This stuff gets everywhere. It's very difficult to solder it with this silicon still attached to stuff. Let's see. Okay, that's that. Let's just solder that in a bit better as well. No, we've still got a bit of silicone stuck in around the fat as well, which is stopping it soldering properly. It is caught, but not soldering properly. So when the soldering iron goes onto it, it turns to like mush. That's all I can say. So let me see if I can get you on the. You're not going to be able to see a lot here because it's so messy. But I'm just, if I turn it at an angle, you'll probably see a bit better. So basically, where the stuff has melted, it hasn't let the solder run properly. It has sort of run, but this is the fat here. That leg's gone fine, but the other legs haven't. Better. Yeah, see that one? Oh, yes, he has sort of flowed now. Still not catching on that side though. That's better. Now he has. So let's give it a little bit of a clean off with some isopropyl a minute. Have a look at some of these other parts of the board. So the area I'm looking at is here. Look, I don't know how well you can. Yeah, you can see that. So this has got really hot here, and it's actually melted the solder onto the board. Look, you can see where this is bubbled up here. It's got that hot. That's actually, look, you can see it's melted the solder on the board itself. Right. So this is where I took that resistor out of. You can see that's got really, really hot as well. So it looks like, yeah, that's come through this inductor as well. So before we pop this back in, we're going to need to go through all these components. So what is this component here? I mean, that's not even, that's desoldered itself from the board, that one, whatever that is. It's down in here somewhere. You can see there, unless that's where I've heated it up, I don't know. It looks like it's this diode down here. I don't know how much of this you're seeing, so apologies, I am up really close here. I don't think, can I go back out a bit further? You might be able to see it a little bit better there, but apologies. I don't know what's up with this. I can't really get a decent picture on the microscope. So it looks like there's a blob of solder on the board there as well. Yeah, it looks like there's a blob of solder there, where it's got so hot it's melted the solder. So you imagine how hot that's got. Flipping heck. Yeah, it looks like this diode here is the one that's got really hot. Yeah, look, can you see that? Big lump of solder where it's got that hot, it's melted it. We got a broken diode in here. We're uncovering more nastiness as we go, look. This diode here is broken in half, I think. I mean, they're only small signal diodes, I expect, but what are they? They look very familiar. So I suspect the power's coming through these. That was okay. I mean, is that broken, that diode, or is it just... It's certainly desoldered, look. I mean, it's desoldered from the board, look. I don't know that it's actually broken. It's got very hot because it's changed the yellow band to brown, but no, it's not actually broken. It's definitely desoldered from the board. And this one here, hopefully you can see this through it, but the frame rate's not great. But yeah, you can see this bit of solder that's hanging onto the leg of that diode, and this one here is just lifted completely out the board. So just as well we went poking around there. So the same must be, there's 4, yes, there's obviously some sort of bridge rectifier, maybe. Gonna have to keep poking. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, innit? Just when we thought it's, yeah, see all the bands have lifted off of these. You can see in the potting, so all 4 of these are gonna have to be changed. What the hell are they? This is the problem, no circuit for it. It looks like that resistor there's got pretty hot as well. Yeah, that resistor there's got hot. We're going to have to look at the signal path, the power path through this, I think. Because looking at that resistor there, is that, or is that just an optical illusion? Oh no, that's just an optical illusion, that. I thought it was a bit flaked off, but it's just the way the silicon is. Yeah, that one's okay. So it's just these ones. It's like finding a fossilized ice monster, isn't it? Fossilized Neanderthal man underneath the ice. It was clearly the same diode as these over here. It looks like it's just a normal like pin diode, but Anybody any idea what these diodes might be, value-wise? I mean, they're not rectifier diodes. They just look like small signal diodes to me. I mean, there's more solder like floating about in here. Luckily, it doesn't look like the insulation's burnt on the inductor there. So we've dodged a bullet there. I thought that was all over then, until I discovered that. I thought we'd sorted it. You know, just get a new resistor and away we go. Pot it up. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt and all that. But not to be. Still chipping away at this blimmin' jelly muck here. Okay, we're getting there now. We can take that bit out because that's now clear. There doesn't appear to be any markings on these apart from this yellow band. Anybody got any idea what they're likely to be? Apologies, because as I'm looking through it, it's shaking the microscope. So let's just put that down a minute, move away from it so as I'm not shaking it. Well, I was thinking 1N4148s, but certainly they're not marked like 1N4148s. I would have gone with that. Open heart surgery, Mac Vision. Back in the room, Sandra. Complete lack of data, yeah. Back-to-back diodes on antenna input protection. No, it's the other side. This is the power input from the other. So this is our positive here, and this is the negative from the coax. So we've got the power coming in on this wire, which is this post here underneath. So it comes into here. Where are we? So it comes into here, that's the positive. So it's gone through that resistor and gone up this way. It's also gone down through here and gone through these diodes. So that diode, there's a diode there, I take it that's a diode and that's a diode. So it's gone through these 4 diodes before it's hit this area. You can't really see because I'm in too close, but where are we? No, you're way too close now. You're in the middle of the board here, Graham. Yeah, that's where we are. So our path is through that. What comes up to there? Oh, that's our inductor. So it's gone through the inductor and out the other side of the inductor. So that's going to be a transformer, isn't it? So hopefully that would have stopped the voltage going through that way. It certainly burnt it. So there must have been some current passed through that inductor. But all 4 of these, it looks like it's difficult to show you, isn't it, under this, because we're too magnified. Let's just pop back to the other side anyway. Let's carry on with the the nastiness of scraping all this off. We can test them, but I don't know how much info that's going to give us as to what they are. That one has literally desoldered itself from the board. So we're going to have to change all 4 of those. Certainly we were getting the same sort of resistance reading as the working one, but whether these diodes have had it or not, I don't know. I'm trying to scrape back enough to try and test them, really. That was moving as well. Yeah, that one seems to be loose as well. Right. Let's get down and try to test this diode on the component tester. That will give us a bit more information than just a diode tester. If it'll read it. Let's see what this says. It's a diode. It's working. Red is the anode, green is the cathode. Forward voltage 0.686 at 5 milliamps. So it's just a normal diode. So I think 4148s might do that. I don't know. That has got so hot though. Blisteringly hot. I mean, what temperature does solder melt at? It's clearly melted that. It does look like the diodes are probably going to be okay, but you can't leave those in. We've got to put 1N4 and 4/8 in, haven't we? Trouble is whether it'll alter the frequency of it, but it does look like they're doing something to the voltage, those. Let's have a look. I'm just going to have another look under the microscope a minute just to see if there's any other parts of the board that have got hot. Stuff is everywhere. Let's zoom you in. I don't know if this is going to blow the shot out with the light on it. No, it's not too bad. Let's move that back a bit. I need to get over here because my microscope's on full tilt, I think. I'll go that way a bit. So I'm just really looking over this to see if there's any other joints that are dodgy. When we're in that close, Graham, that should be enough. And my nice new set, see, that's got really hot there as well. Up here. Although that might be where I've just heated it up where I've soldered that one, so that might be a red herring, that one. Because that FET is still working, amazingly. You can tell that's got pretty hot there, but that's that tantalum. That sort of looks all right. Yeah, that's got really hot there as well. Yeah, I think this has had too much power, I reckon. I don't reckon it's that tantalum gone pop that's caused all this. I think this has had too much power because it's come in from here, which is the incoming power. It's gone through that resistor, in through this. That's not connected, so that will be part of the transformer. But it's still going to put a current across the other side. Possibly onto that point there. Just gone in and blown this up. Yeah, that's the way it's gone. It's a two-pronged attack. So I think we need to get those diodes out and change them. We need to change the FET still. We need to swap out that resistor. Yeah. So the only other thing, say, that looks like it's got hot, and nothing over this side looks too bad on the output side. That all looks okay. It doesn't look like it's got past that tantalum. Just looking there. Yeah, that tantalum, I don't think that tantalum's feeding the FET at all. FET is not connected to that tantalum. So that tantalum is between the positive and negative, because this is the ground plane up here. You can see this. This is the ground plane up here. That tantalum is from the positive side, which comes off those diodes, to ground. So that's where our current's gone through that. That's obviously shorted that tantalum. But I think probably there's too much power gone through that way, or reverse polarity maybe, I don't know. But I don't think that's just that tantalum popping. I think we've got more than that going on there. Can get any of this stuff off with a wire brush. Oh yeah, that seems to be stripping it off. It's only a knackered old wire brush. Yuck. Let's have a look at it without the muck on it then. Well, with less muck on it, shall we say. So we've got another resistor down here that looks like it's got a bit hot, maybe, potentially. R4. Let's catch up with the chat a minute. Turning into an ASMR. What's ASMR? Ken Surtees, how you doing, mate? Fast switching diode. The 4000 series. You think it's a fast switching diode? It could be. They're clearly the same as this one here. So that's one that's not been damaged. That's in. There's no markings on them, is there? But they're all the same. There's these monsters down here that have got very hot, but I bet they're still diodes. This one didn't look too healthy underneath, whether the that's horrible getting this stuff off. Thanks for this, John. I mean, I wonder if they used them in the 2001D, which was the same sort of era, wasn't it? I wonder if they used that diode in the 2001D. I've got one down here. Let's pop the ribbon cables off a minute and I'll have a look. I pinched the pot out of this one to fix another one. Yeah, we got the same diodes in the 2001D. This is the insides of one of my 2000Ds, which I pinched the volume pot out of because the one I was trying to repair that had so many faults I can't believe. I'm pretty sure they're the same, they look the same diode anyway. Whether there's different lengths of them, but let's Trying to have a look, see if I can get this in the microscope. See if they are the same. So it's got a yellow band, but I think these might be longer. No, they're not. I think they're the same. So I'm just looking, let's see if I can get the microscope to focus on this diode. I can see it, but they can't see it on the screen. So that's D22, for example, in the 2001D. Just trying to see if I can uncover one of these enough to compare it side by side, but it looks identical. Just a small pin diode, isn't it? I don't think it's anything too special, but if we can get the correct one, or I could even pinch some out of this set, but this poor set's been robbed at the moment. It's got so much muck over all of these, it's difficult to compare. It's definitely in like a bridge rectifier setup, or is it? I mean, it could be anti-static, an anti-static array. It could be, I suppose, but then it is on the input from the indoor unit, so it's transmitting power and signal, isn't it? Let's try to see if I could get one of these in close enough to do a comparison. Just really, if they're the same size, I bet they're the same part, because it's exactly the same era. This came out the same time as the 2001D, so they would have used the same sort of components. Yeah, this has got the same style inductors that are in the 2001D. Hopefully that weather's got a bit better now. Right, that one's sort of nearly cleared enough to compare. Yeah. I got the wrong way around, but yeah, that is definitely the same diode. Oh. Yeah. So if we look up D22 in the Sony manual, that should tell us what it is. So let me look that up. D22 is a 1SS119. 1SS119. So it's a 1 SS119. I remember doing them, Derek, but I couldn't find the videos. It was a crystal, wasn't it? I did say that's a PLO. So let me have a look now then, see if we can find a 1SS119 and see what it's equivalent to. Well, it looks like they're still available. I wouldn't be surprised if one SS119. Similar type list. It says click for more info. Fast switch demodulator. Well, it's not opening anything. I mean, I went to eBay to start with. And I mean, everybody seems to have got them. It says similar type 1N4148. I wouldn't be surprised if I've actually got one. Let's have a look at my let's look at my list of components. No, I've got a 1SS2226. No, but they are out there. I mean, I've got to order I've got to order the other ones in. High speed switching, that's Nico, I think. I mean, 1N4148s probably would be okay, wouldn't they? But they are available on eBay. But that's, I don't know, is there any difference? Because that says it's a 1SS119, which is what we've got. But they got blue things on them, they look slightly different. I mean, RS still do them. I think the 1N4148 will be fine, you know. So that it is different. Um, 0.2 of an amp, 0.15, that's not much difference. U, what does U mean? So I'm just looking at this data sheet here, is about as good as it's going to get. So U, what is U? UR. I know I is ampage. TRR, P-tot, TJ. So that's 75 volts. This one's 30 volts. Is that like the maximum? Amps point 0.2. It's 0.15, so that's better. 3.5 nanoseconds. This is 4 nanoseconds. So it's very slightly slower, maybe. Power half a watt. Power not even mentioned. 200 degrees. 449. I mean, they're all about 4 nanoseconds, aren't they? 4 nanoseconds, 4 nanoseconds, 3.5. Fast switch demodulator. Fast switch. Extreme fast switch. Similar. C note. What note though? What note have we got to say? Oh, it's similar. Very fast switch installations. Fast switch demodulator. I think it would be alright, wouldn't it? 4148s. What do you think? Yeah, lots of people have got them. Danish, how you doing, mate? They've got a light blue band. I did see that, Alan. I take it the same thing. I think Sharpie's right with 4148. I think that'll be. Use a component tester. I did that, Ken, but the component tester doesn't tell us a lot, really. I'll do it again. Let's do it again. I've got my poor old 2001D that I've robbed parts off of. My parts robbed. Poor thing. Right, let's just connect it back up again. I mean, this one is showing fine. as a diode, so we can compare them on the diode tester then, I suppose. I don't think it's going to give me a speed or anything like that, is it, on the tester? So it just says it's a diode junction, forward voltage 6.686 volts at 5 milliamps. And I mean, where's my 4148s? I've got a load of them here somewhere. That's 4148s. Got some old RS, new old stocklet. 4148 signal diodes. It's not going to tell us a lot, just whether it's got a slightly different voltage drop, I suppose, but so that's virtually identical at 6.689. I think that's the same. I mean, what do? Do you just chuck those in? Is it going to affect the response of it? I don't think it will. I think they're just there for protection, you know. I don't think they're there for anything else. Can't get them back in the packet now. Get back in there. Right. Go for the 4148. No, it doesn't, Benji. No, it does do a lot more, but you've got to basically plug it into the computer via the USB port, and it gives you more data. I don't know if it would give you a response time. I suppose if you were clever, you could connect it up to the oscilloscope and do lots of things and find it out from that. But I don't know. I've got to order in some resistors anyway, so look at the state of this bench. It's a hell of a mess. I've got to order in some resistors, so I might as well go the whole hog and order in those as well. I don't think they were overly expensive, were they? Yeah, I don't think they were overly expensive. What a mess though, isn't it? God. Certainly I want to do all four of those. They're probably okay, but they've had it up, haven't they? In order for it to melt the melt the board. I don't know, let's see if we can probe it out with a diode test on this and see what the old diode test says. Turn that off, get that out of the way a minute. Very useful, that microscope, so thanks very much to Rich and to Rob for that, because that was provided by Rich mainly, and then Rob bought the camera for it. So Mr. Rob Cross, that is, Rob's radio channel. So let's see what these read. So first of all, the broken one. Nothing that way. That's that. So that's going on the bottom here. 0.59. Nothing that way. And we've got one in there as well. It's the other way around. 0.6. 0.6. Ooh, are they joined? Yeah, they're joined anyway, so they're parallel. So yeah, all those diodes are okay, but they've obviously had a lot of current pass through them in order to melt the solder on them. So they're gonna have to be done. Can't leave them in there. But it looks like it's only got as far as the tantalum, and then it's died. Tantalum's gone pop straight away and stopped it going any further. So it doesn't look to have gone through these inductors. There's nothing that I can see burnt there. It's hit that resistor there because that's connected as well. So the plan is then, I think, is to replace the FET. Although it doesn't look like that side of it has had any problems, and FET is looking okay, but I think we'll change it anyway. That 22 ohm resistor we've got to do, and I've got to do those 4 diodes there. So I think if they're not too expensive, we'll get them done, and I've got to get the potting compound. And I might scrape a bit more of that muck off because it's like a little bit addictive as well. Danish. Thanks very much, Paul. And Tim. Thank you, mate. Cheers, Sharpie. Catch you soon, mate. Thanks for dropping in today. 8 pence each at DigiKey. The problem with all the DigiKeys, the RSs, the CPCs, they're all cheap, but when you put the handling fee on and the postage fee, they're like ridiculous money. So it's easier to just get half a dozen off of an eBay seller that's making money by buying them in bulk and knocking them out, really. It's like this here, look. You know, there's 50 there for £4.20. You know? It's a short reverse, so it's exactly the same. Low capacitance. We might as well just get those, you know? Free delivery 2 to 3 days. So add that to the basket. Same with a 22 ohm. 0.25 resistor. Pack of 100, £2.95. We don't want China, we want UK only. $100 pieces, 18 pieces, there you go. 0.25, 1% even better. £2.31. So these bits ain't expensive, that. So we're going to add that to the basket as well. So you know, that's 18, which is good because I mean I haven't got any 22s. Should probably get more than 18 really, but anyone else got any 100 there? Look. Oh, it's 22k. Now be careful. Careful, Graham. That is 22 ohm yet. Do you want 22k? 22k, 22 ohm. Box of 1,000. Look. We don't want 1,000. Could do with sort of 50. These usually are quite good. We don't want 22k. We want 22 ohm. Pack size 50. £2.50. Oh, Switch, they're good. I've used Switch a lot. They're really good. So yeah, we'll get them from Switch, and I'll delete the others out of the basket. 5% tolerance. I think the other one was 5%, wasn't it? I don't think they're anything fancy. The other ones were 1%, but I'm pretty sure that was 5%. The other one, wasn't it? Didn't we say it had a gold band? Pretty sure it did. Just have a look. Where are you? Yeah, gold band. Gold band is 5%, isn't it? There we are. So not a lot of money. It's just thank you, Chris. Cheers, mate. Martin, still going, I know. We got to the bottom of it, just about, I think. Yeah, I've got loads and loads of resistors, but for some reason the 22K is eluding me. I need some half-watt ones as well, really. So how are we doing for time? 5:30. I think that's probably as far as we're going to be able to go with that today. Some good progress though. Really interesting to get inside one of these, because I say there's no one anywhere that I can see that's been inside one of these. So hopefully that's going to help out a lot of people, because I could have done with a bit of help. I mean, some people are clever enough to work through the tracks. And what I'll try and do is I'll clean as much of this muck off of it as I can. Let's get that light out of the way and get this one down again. Let's go back in. So what I'll do is I'll get as much of the muck off of this board as I can. I can take a picture of the print side. I can take a picture of the other side, the component side, and you can sort of do like a shadow and superimpose one on the other, and create a little plan of what it is. I can sort of, I'm not clever enough to reverse engineer it, to be fair, but I can work out the components on it. And I'm pretty sure that 4.7 ohm tantalum should be fine in there. I can't see there being an issue with that. If it's got a weird frequency response or something, then maybe we need to play about with that. But I think that's pretty much done. Deserves the finger. I haven't even finished my beer, look. I haven't even done the Panther yet. So at least we got to the bottom of it. We've no longer got the short. I mean, I think that board would work with that resistor back in it. And the diodes soldered in. I think we'd be okay, but we're going to replace the components that would have been damaged. So we've got a bit of capacitor bingo to do still. We've still got 3 caps to put through the bingo system, haven't we? There's 2. Where's the third one? There's the third one. So we did change 3 caps, didn't we? There was 2 10s and a 3.3. So let's do the 10s first. Eyes down looking. If I can find the stand, which is probably falling on the floor again. Everything goes on the floor. Oh no, it's back here. So let's do the 10 microfarads then. Let's get these done. See whether these did get any issues with the voltage going through them. So this is a 10 at 50. It's going to take me ages to get all this muck off my bench. I do hope you know that, John, don't you? It's a hell of a mess. Oh, what a mess. I don't know whether any silicone remover would get rid of that muck. Anyway. A final dash into the capacitor bingo country. Weeks ago, and it feels like a marathon session, doesn't it? Again. I must get some more of these 3D printed when I get my 3D printer running. I will do one day. Occasionally, you're still stuck with it, Steve. Right, let's hit that one. 9.42, slightly high on the ESR. 9.42. Ben's got 9.9. Is it Ben? And we'll keep the same readings for the second one. So Ben's got that one. Will he have got the second as well? This is another 10 at 16. This is one of the miniature ones, so this will have a higher ESR, but should still be around 10. Ooh, that one's dropped low, 6.98. So that's probably Ben as well. And the last one then is 3.3. 3.3 then, the finale. And this one's got a little bit of a burn mark on it because I think this one was quite close to that that inductor that went pop. So 3.3 to get a bit more of the juice on this. Clean my hands off. Too much juice. Because this, I don't know if this stuff's any good for you. Probably isn't. It would have been back in the late 80s, isn't it? The Sony 2001? 2001D, I mean. I've even got all this stuff all over my phone. It's everywhere. It's all over my clothes. How are we doing? We nearly all done? Aaron's having a couple goes. Making the type that suck or blow. Well, I've got a Lidl's one that I bought for the car and for servicing the boiler, and that one you can plug in the hose either end. You can either suck one way or blow the other. And I certainly know that because I connected it the wrong way around the other day. Give me a bit of a fright. Right, let's push it. No one going for the third digit. Let's see what we got. 3.24. We've got a 3.7. We've got a 3. 3.9. Anyone closer than 3 then? I think 3 is closest, which is Derek Cooper, I believe. So there we go. Well, I think we've come to a natural end to that. I've got to order in those bits and give it a clean up, take some pictures of it. I'm not looking forward to getting all that muck off. I mean, you've seen how long it's took me just to get enough off to take those components out, so it's going to take a fair while longer yet to scrape all that. So there we are. That's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks again for all the super chats and tips, much appreciated. And I could be back with a part 2 next week. Not sure. We need a part 2. I need to probably try and get it up on my mast, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to have a hand with the ladder if I do that, so I'll have to see if I can tap up one of the locals to give me a hand with my ladder. Maybe I can get it up on the pole and have a look. I could stick it out there, but I suppose the pole does give it a bit of a grounding, doesn't it? Saying that, no, it's isolated, isn't it? Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I can just stick it out the window. That's fine. No, we can test it out next week. Ideal. So yeah, a good bit of investigative work there, getting into that. At least if I take some pictures, we'll know for the future what's inside these things. So cheers everybody, have a good one. And I'll catch you next week, if not before. Bye for now.